Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, guests and our VIP and all the audience. So I will be very happy to share with you the topic today. Actually, we are doing some research and also some very innovative way to support the students in special school. So that actually, I would like to share with you, okay, when you see the child, when you see a child like this, what is in your mind? A happy face, isn't it? But when you see a child, okay, like this, how do you feel? The children with special needs, they may have a lot of challenges in their daily lives. Therefore, we need to think about what they want to do and what we can do to support them. So just like this, you can see some children, they may have physical disability. Some may have some other disability in their communication. Some may have some disability that you can see, but maybe you cannot see. Okay. So some cases, some children, they may also have special or indifferent mindset that they may have difficulty to engage in their daily life or in their learning or how they express or how to execute the way they thought. Okay, so therefore we can see a lot of limitation or barriers in their environment. So what we can do, so this is just a a category of the learning disabilities, special educational needs. So you can see different types, no matter motor, visual, or also they may have ASD, some students ASD or ADHD, as you may know. So, but when we are looking into these children, we also need to know what are the underlying issues affecting their participation in daily life. So in recent years, I think you can see the increasing trend of the SEN in Hong Kong, no matter local or international or globally. So this is a great increase. Over the past 10 years, you can see almost a double fold. Okay, so you can see some distribution of the disability in special school. So the previous slides is just showing they are not in special school, but in the mainstream. But this one is talking about the distribution in the special school. So you can see a lot of parents of the children with disabilities or special needs, they are quite stressful. So in our study, we also see that the parents need a lot of support because the stress becomes from the caring duties. So in the past few years, actually, our department is commissioned by the Lofogo, okay, and to conduct a study about the carers' stress of people with disabilities and the elderly. So this was is another systematic review about the stress of parents or families of children with special educational needs, so that there is a need for us to support this family. So from this one, once you see a child, what we can see is it's just the limitation or deficits, or you can see their potential or their uniqueness, the way they can contribute to the society. This depends on how we can support them in our environment. So we can see some cases, actually, they have some aspiration. So from the WHO, you can see there are some recommendation or some suggestions on no matter the policies and also the sustainable development goals. So when we are supporting children with SEN, you can see actually a lot of things we can do, no matter the equity or the employment or the education, a lot of things. So there are some policies already, no matter in other countries or in Hong Kong, to support people with disabilities and also in the learning and education. So, but let's look back. Although there are policies, we need to support them. We need to think about how to support this population. Actually, special school is a very nice place, or even the school environment is a very nice place for us, for the professional, or to work with a family, because we can do a lot of things to help them. But we need to consider the health conditions and the personal growth and the transitions and also any environmental barriers you can see. So in the school environment, we can see there are different stages for them, but it is not just learning. In the school, there are also some opportunities for them for the personal growth about their build peer relationship, and also you can see something related to self-care. So many years ago, how many? Maybe around more than 20 years ago, when I was working in NGO, so I have a program named as 语气分离. Oh, so in Cantonese 语气. So the parents say, oh, wow, well, we have high class 语气, shark fin. But actually, it is not a shark fin, but it is toileting, about toileting. But how come the parents become so exciting? Because just before that, and some donor, the parents donate some yin war, the sparrow saliva, the sweet soup to the center, and then they associate something very nice again. But this one, for the toilet training, why we need to do some kind of toilet training? It's a kind of self-care. And also about the dignity of a person. We apply assistive technology at that time already. So just like some alarm, using some sensors, and also something to remind the children themselves and also the carer. So that's as simple like this. We can do something, not expensive, very simple. Even in our clinical education. So maybe some of our students, when I was a clinical educator 20-something years ago, okay, so I also recommend encourage, actually it is an assignment for the student to do some adaptive aids and also assistive technology to let the children to engage in the leisure activity, just like playing something, okay? So there are adaptive switches, very simple, but can we think about what we can do? It is not necessary buying something very expensive, but just adaptation would be very good already. So, but we also need to think about the social circle, how they interact with the peers. It is something related to the communication. So that you can see there are some kind of assistive technology, which is very common. So no matter for the elderly or other population, but in the special school student, so something are very essential for them. For example, the mobility facilitates them to move, walk around. When we are talking about the education or at the school environments, they may need to access the information. How they access, physical access, or maybe receiving the information is a kind of access. And the way of response is also very important, so that the communication aids, there currently, I think this is there, although there are some AT or communication aids, but it is still a big gap to supporting this population. So maybe in the future, you can think about it. For the mobility, I think that you think a lot, and you know a lot of exoskeleton or some kind of the wheelchair. But for the cognitive function, this is in other areas we need to think about, because when they need to learn, so they may, the time, the feedback is very, very important. So that in some of our training, we develop some programs just like playing ping pong. So playing ping pong is a kind of media to play, but a media to learn, or also to improve the executive function. So maybe you have heard about my program TETT, okay? So a technology enhanced table tennis training program. We apply sensors actually to support the student to the feedback and then to learn the motor. But we also have some opportunities for them to train up the executive function as well. So another area, self-care I've mentioned, but this is more about the dignity. I hope that when we design the products in the future, can consider this aspect. But for the sensory processing, this is a area, maybe Stephen can share more. So this area, although it is a new area in the adaptive assistive technology, but this is a very, very important area. for further development. For example, when you see a child, they have sensory processing issue. They may have over-responsive to the environment, or they may have some different responses towards different kinds of condition or situation. Therefore, we can use some technology to support them and then also to let them to know about themselves. But one more thing is about we can also use some kind of technology, just like some headphones for filtering. So some of our students, PhD students, also already using such kind of technology to help them. So just a key points to remind is about the access to technology, assistive technology, which is very important. So in this WHO, they also mentioned 5 key. So very important to support the access, the production personnel, provision of the AT people, and the policy. So that when we are thinking about not just the product, but as a whole, okay? So there are lots of benefits of providing AT in a special school. So we can see, I would like to highlight is to enhance the quality of life of people with SEN and the families. And also you can see we can also use some such as for the visual impairment, the OCAM, and also some kind of as simple or inexpensive modifier can help already. So, but some software, text-to-speech, so you can buy some software, but there are also some freeware. So I think it would be good for us to think about to source the resources, not just limited to certain kinds of products, okay? So this one is another very nice report which highlights some key points about the barriers to access the AT. I'm not going to spell them out. Maybe you can read them already. So just one case I would like to share. It's about a case with cerebral palsy. So when I know him, he was just around 5 years old, but a few years ago, I know him again, just a reunion. He's around 27 years already. So he has cerebral palsy and physical disability. By that time, when I met him again, actually, I see, oh, how come before he can communicate by using first simple some picture book exchange. Okay, but when I saw him again, it seems that no more communication aids for him. But actually, his cognitive is very sound. He can respond. Okay, so but there are some issues regarding the surface provision. So at that time, we have very nice, our department have a team. We have students, a lot of students actually. So a team is called We Share. So some colleagues and I have some students, they come to support this family and then give some communication aids for the child to respond. Okay, so I think that it is just a very small proportion you can see, but actually in our community, a lot of cases that we didn't see the need or they haven't been reached. Okay, so just to remind some ways to improve the AT system, including the policy, products, provision, and personnel. You can see. Okay. So in Hong Kong, even for the teaching and learning, so the DSE is very competitive for examination. So even in our education bureau, we also have such kind of support. So there are some assistive technology for supporting students. So as I'm in the committee doing something to approve the application for special allowance of SEN. So I can see that actually they may use some assistive technology, okay? But the most important is whether sufficient training has been given to the user, okay? So that we can just skip it. So to leverage the diversity, I think that it is important for us to do some kind of comprehensive assessment. So we have, when we prescribe the AT technology, but actually just seems that prescribe something, it may not be so good, but I think that there are lots of therapists here and professional. So I thought assessment is very important, and also try to get the feedback from the user. Just a very important reminder. So I skip another case, okay? So just the last sharing is recently I received a funding from the Hong Kong Jockey Club. So I'm the PI, and Professor Kenneth and Professor Tai they are also the co-PI. So in this project, we received 9.9 million. And then the project's title is Enhancing Equitable Opportunities of Students in Special Schools. So it is a collaboration between PolyU, CHK, and Hong Kong Christian Service, and also around 33 special schools in Hong Kong. So because application or the prescription of this technology required cross-disciplinary collaboration. So in this project, we have the support from our different departments under FHSS. So you can see we have OT, PT, School of Optometry, and also some health informatics for medical imaging. We also have the colleagues from School of Nursing, APSS, and also speech therapy as well. So we are structuring and producing a comprehensive assessment package for this project. Hope that in the future, we can do some comprehensive assessment, and then to support the assessment for the preparation. Though this is some models we apply, but we are looking for the interaction between the person and the environment, okay? So the last message. So we need to look into the strengths and needs of the children, but we also need to know about the aspiration. If we are not able to understand them, it will be a problem. So that some more communication aids to support them is necessary. And also we need to promote the dignity. Think about the toileting. So whenever they go to toilet, they need to bring by someone and the cleansing by some other person. Is there any way we can support them? So just like the therapist can do something, create a program or add something else in their currently used tools, it would be very good. And some more thing is about the affordable AT device, which is very, very necessary. For just to say, just in the past few days, I have met some school principals. They said the major problem is the AT reading not affordable. If they buy something very expensive, exoskeleton, or some other tools, which is very expensive, may serve a few students only. So that, but is this really needs to be so expensive? So that I think, hope that in the future, our manufacturer or in the industry, we can work together and then to develop something which is affordable to our students, okay, and the family. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation.